Assalamu alaikum athletes, how are you guys doing? I hope fantastic. Okay, today is a late one, but it's something I wanted to talk to you guys about, right? And this is one of the reasons why one of the reasons why I coach you the way I do, why we focus on behavior change and all of these things, right? There's a theory called the self-determination theory. This is one of the theories guarding behavior change. And it says that for people to engage in new behaviors and to change, they need three things, right? They need to feel competent. Okay, they need to feel that they can do this, that they've got this, right? And we know that perception plays a huge part in the feeling of, okay, I can do this, I've got this, which I'll talk about shortly. The second thing that they need is to feel like they belong, right? Belong in that place, belong in the community. This is why I created this amazing WhatsApp group, because this journey can be lonely when you don't have a support system around you, when what you're doing is very different to what the people around you are doing, so you feel like you don't belong, right? But here, you're here, it's a safe space. There's a sense of a belonging where you feel like, okay, other people out there may not understand me, but I know this group of amazing women from all over the world, they understand me. They just get it. They understand the challenges of this journey. They understand the wins of this journey, right? And the third thing that people need to change their habits and their behaviors is autonomy, right? To feel in control, to be able to make their own decisions. And again, this is why I teach you what healthy eating looks like. This is why we talk about social media and the misinformation out there and the misconception, because the more you know, the better choices you'll be able to make for yourself, right? And the less you'll need somebody else to tell you what to do. You'll be able to take charge. You'll have full autonomy of your eating choices and your health choices and your movement choices without depending on somebody else to tell you what to do, right? Without depending on a meal plan, without depending on, hey, here, these are the food list that you should have and the food list that you should cut out, and all of these things that make this journey feel so hard, right? But you need autonomy. You need to be in a place where you can make your own decision, because I may not always be there. Right? And I tell people, I coach people to not need me, not a great business strategy, right? But it is important for people to not need me. You can stay here if you choose to, if you want to, like a lot of you who've been with me for years, which I love, right? But you're here because you want to be here, not because you need to be here, not because you don't know what to do without me. No, you know what to do without me, right? But you're making a choice of being here because you want to, not because you need to. So the three things that really people need, and it's why I coach you guys the way I do, is because you need to feel like you belong somewhere. You need to feel competent. This is why even when we're making changes, we take it one step at a time. Right. This is why we focus on one baby behavior at a time. We don't change everything at once, because that's not going to make you feel competent, because it's going to burn you out, and eventually it's going to feel like too much. You're going to give up. This is why we take it one step at a time. And the third thing, I teach you guys the things that I teach you because I want you to have autonomy. I want you to not depend on me. I want you to be independent, to be able to make decisions, informed decisions based on your health and what you want and your goals. Now, let's talk about the perception that I mentioned earlier, as far as the feeling of competence, right? How you perceive things, right, will always dictate, will always i- impact how it feels. Do you know what I mean? And this really comes down to your ability to feel like, is this a choice that I can make, or somebody else is making this choice for me? And an example that I give all the time is the idea of a pizza, right? I'm not a fan of pizza because it bloats me, and nothing to do with calories or anything, right? You know that. I there's no food that I would tell you to not eat. I just don't like pizza because it bloats me. However, if somebody ever told me, Yusra, you're not allowed to eat pizza because it's high calories and you're trying to lose weight, you're not allowed to eat pizza. Pizza will be the only thing that I want, because in my mind, the perception I have about a pizza, right, is, oh my God, it's dirty, right? It's dirty. I shouldn't have it. I should not have it, right? And that type of perception automatically gives pizza the higher power. It puts pizza on a pedestal. When something is on a pedestal, right, you lose your ability to make choices. Now, pizza is not just pizza. Pizza is not just any other food. Now, pizza is, oh my God, it's pizza, right? And then what tend to happens is you not having a pizza, right, because you shouldn't have it, becomes so much harder to resist, because what you restrict will always persist. And the sense of restriction really comes down to how you perceive the food item. Right? But if I say, you know what, you have unconditional permission to eat pizza. You can eat pizza if you want. But just play around with all the other meals that you're going to have, right? You have unconditional permission to eat pizza, right? But it's a choice. You get to choose whether to have it or not. You get to choose how much to have it. It is absolutely your choice. The moment something feels like a choice, you take the power away from it. You give yourself back the power. Does that make sense? Like people, people who commit crimes are put in prison. Why? Because it removes their freedom. And there's nothing worse than your freedom being taken away. There's nothing worse than your freedom of eating a certain food is taken away because some social media guru told you it's poison, told you it's making you gain weight, told you it's dirty, told you all of these things, right? And this is why we see people gravitating over and over again towards those food items that they shouldn't have. Why? It's because of the perception that they've built around those food items. And because of that perception, they've given the food item more power than it deserves. Right? So your perception around this journey is going to dictate your experience of this journey. Your perception around food is going to dictate your relationship with those foods. Everything is a choice, even if it doesn't feel like it sometimes. You have the power to choose what to eat or what not to eat and how much to eat and all that stuff. Okay? I hope this is making sense. If it's landing for you, let me know. All right, talk to you soon. Assalamu alaikum.